AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday went up against NXT on the CW, and boy howdy.
Rough.
While I take a breath and you prepare in suspense while I get the actual numbers from your tweet, Sarah, per at WrestleOps, NXT last night or Tuesday night, 8,070,
Nope.
874,000 viewers. Dynamite 329,000 viewers.
And they overlapped in NXT's final hour,
They did.
Dynamite's first hour. What I thought was interesting was Dave, whatever his name is. Why can't I think of his last name?
LaGreca?
No, the clown.
Meltzer.
Meltzer was saying, based off of this, he feels like AEW audiences are choosing to watch NXT, and that is why you see the low numbers, because they overlapped. It's possible. I mean, I feel like if AEW fans are going to watch anything, they might be more inclined to watch NXT than watch a Raw or SmackDown, just because it's like maybe more on par with what they like. I don't know. But yeah, not
good.
Not good for Dynamite.
No, the Meltzer is onto something when he says this.
Well, and I hate crediting him for anything.
I know you do, and I do too. But years ago, 5 years ago to be exact, when Dynamite was created, AEW was created, it was at a time that there needed to be an alternative. There needed to be something else, something other than the shit WWE product that was being put on our screens.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? They succeeded. It was very good. They were bringing in the best stars from around the world that wrestling fans wanted to see, and it got a new audience. You got your audience. Boom, you did it. The audience that helped you get that big deal with Max. Now the problem is, in the meantime, WWE got better.
Mm-hmm.
New person in charge. Whole lot of upgrades. Well, you got to start doing that too, AEW. And what you're doing is not really it's not passing. You're still doing the same old shtick from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So you need to evolve. You need to change. You need to upgrade your shit so that there can still be an alternative. Because we do need a AEW. Because AEW technically led to this whole everything we're getting right now in WWE in a grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't let it die down, because that's what happened when Vince bought the competition.
It's really bad timing for this to happen too, because they just announced the deal, and it's like, like the first shows afterwards, like not good. I don't expect this to be the new normal for them. Obviously, they're not going to be on Tuesdays every single week, so I'm not concerned about it in that regard. They were against like a star-studded NXT. Randy Orton was there. We had Stephanie Vacour debut, so like there was a lot going on. So you could argue that that's why. That was certainly the argument when the NXT debut however long ago, when like Cody was there and Paul Heyman and The Undertaker, and that was the argument from AEW fans that, oh yeah, you beat us because you had so many stars, whatever. Obviously that's not the case this week because they were not there. But yeah, I think it's concerning for them just given the timing, as I said, but I think they're gonna be fine. I don't know if this might be a jolt to be like, okay, we really need to look and see, like, what are we doing? Why are people not tuning in? Like, how can we get these people to come back and watch us on a weekly basis? Because this is a huge jump. I mean, that's a huge decline even for them, even if they're not coming anywhere near NXT or numbers, because you can compare them to NXT unfairly. It would be unfair to compare them to Raw or SmackDown numbers. But this was bad for them too. So it just makes you question, like, okay, you have to really look at yourself and be like, what are we doing? What can we fix?
I think Dickie has a good comment here. Collision lacks direction. It feels like a number one contender show that's skippable a lot. Yeah, it just matches. You know, at the end of the day, they're not doing anything to further along
Well, and
stories. Like
I
the bigger stories are there a little bit, but yeah, it just lacks direction. Is a good way to put
I
it.
think we also have to remember the origin of the show being made. It was to accommodate CM Punk and like trying to keep him around and keep the locker room together, not
Yeah.
really like create more problems. And
Mhm.
now that Punk is gone, it's like, okay, you don't have your anchor guy, so it's like, what do we do? It feels like it shouldn't be that hard to
Mhm.
like come up with what to do on an extra show, and but this is why I said they shouldn't introduce another one until you get all of this figured out. So
I like this comment by the final
that's not
boss.
a
They
bad
should
idea.
rebrand Rampage into Ring of Honor. I know they do Ring of Honor on their own streaming platform and whatnot, but maybe Ring of Honor could have like a TV time that would replace Rampage, and you can have it be a TV time and also still stream it. Like
Well,
they
and
can
that feels like an alternative. You know what I mean? Like
like that's good.
that feels like the purpose of AEW, as you said, being created or initially anyway. It
Mhm.
feels like then offering Ring of Honor, like literally an indie brand, basically on
Because yeah,
television, feels like a good idea, and it fits why you made the company in the first place.
Ring of Honor used to be on Nessun. I used to watch a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
of it. And
and it used to be the
Ring of Honor.
hottest thing ever.
Oh, it
So
was. I mean, they had the best stars with. I mean, AJ Styles, Young
yeah,
Bucks, Adam Cole, Kevin Steen, El Generico, who we know now as Sami Zayn. Ring of Honor feels like, or let me reverse that. AEW feels like a branch off of Ring of Honor. So having it under your umbrella and quote unquote reviving it so that there's some continuity there. There's a good idea there somewhere by giving it more TV time.
hmm
That's what, exactly like if you told me, yeah, the big announcement from AEW is that we're making Ring of Honor every Saturday night.
makes sense.
That's a good announcement.